Hello everyone, my name is Zeotrax and welcome back to another week in movie news. Today we are doing the Cinemacon stuff, so a bit more of a different week. We're just going to be focusing on Cinemacon, hoping that I can get everything out that I can. I tried recording this before, but I didn't like the way that came out. I was very unfocused, I was very out of breath. I don't know why I was out of breath so much, but right now we're just gonna begin with Sony at CinemaCon. First things first, we got our first logo for the Resident Evil movie, and this again it's a bit out of order. So the Zach Cregger's Resident Evil movie. Sorry, I didn't mean to actually leave off like that. So looks good. It looks really good for a Resident Evil logo. We still don't know much about the movie, but we did get some trailer descriptions. Remember, we're not actually going to be able to see any trailers. I will get into that much later. But right here, the first trailer for Zach Cregger's Resident Evil sees a man trapped in an abandoned city filled with zombies. One scene sees the protagonist running through a street as zombies throw themselves off the roof. Honestly, that's all you really need. I'm a bit hesitant on this film. I'm a bit scared because I love Resident Evil so much, and I really we've been fucked over with the adaptations. I just watched Welcome to Raccoon City, actual garbage of a movie, and we've been fucked over with adaptations. So this is Zach Cregger. I do like Zach Cregger. I liked Weapons. I loved Weapons, and I loved Barbarian. So I'm very curious to see what he does. Just have like a few of the enemies in it. Maybe lean into the survival horror aspect of uh maybe just running out of ammo. You know, little visual nods, because I think it's okay if the movie doesn't follow one of the games exactly, like the stars going into the LAPD. It doesn't need to do that, but make it a Resident Evil movie. Like, what if we got a new Resident Evil game, but it was a movie? Like, best way I could describe it is if Resident Evil 7 had come out as a movie instead of a game, how would we feel? Think about that. I'm very excited for this. He adds that audiences won't have to play the games to understand the plot, but he also said that he has played a shit ton of the Resident Evil games. So it's not a case where like, yeah, no, we didn't look at Resident Evil. I think it is in mind here, but it's being made with the understanding that you don't need to play the games. You don't like the Fallout TV show. You didn't need to play any of the games there to understand it. Follows just one protagonist on a footpath from point A to point B. That's interesting because Zach Cregger, his last two horror films had multiple protagonists. I thought that would work well with Resident Evil because in the at least the first three games, first four or five, actually no, like most of them, you switch from protagonists, especially Chris and Jill, Leon and Claire, Jill and Claire, Jill and Carlos, Leon and Ashley, Chris and Sheva. I mean, Resident Evil 6 was all about that shit, and so that's very interesting to hear that it's just going to be one protagonist, especially since his style is non-linear and whatnot. Weapons is kind of it, but I'm excited to see this. Yes, that audiences won't have to play the games to understand the plot. That is fine. Just make sure you have stuff for the audiences who have played the games. So yeah, we got some minor Spider-Man stuff here. We got a new poster for Brand New Day, very beautiful, very Raimi coded. Spider-Man versus the Hand, which reminds me of the spoiler that happened with Daredevil season 3. I'm not going to show it because I might get punished, and I don't want to spoil anything. But very interesting that that happened, and I will theorize on it when that episode comes. Tom Holland says Brand New Day is the most emotional and grown up of his Spider-Man films, as I would imagine, as I would picture, as I would want. I want this Spider-Man I want him to really go through some shit. God, just look at that. Like, look at the suit. And yeah, it looks golden. The emblem does look golden. It's like metallic, I think, so that's why it gives off that impression. And then, sort of getting closer to wrapping up the Sony stuff. We have the R-rated animated Bloodborne movie. Jacksepticeye is developing the film. So I've not played Bloodborne, but I love Jacksepticeye. As I mentioned in my Iron Lung review, I was always so much more of a Jacksepticeye fan growing up compared to Markiplier, and I'm really excited to see this. But keep in mind, so he did post a video about it. He's not directing it. He's not directing or writing the movie or starring in it. He's producing it, and producers do have a lot to do. I'm glad that this is kind of teaching some people what producers do in a movie. Very, very excited to see this, but I want to play. I want to play the game before I watch it. Iron Lung, I just went in not playing the game, but I played it after counts. But Bloodborne, yeah, and he's if you've watched his channel, you know this guy's a massive fan. I think I have it pinned up here somewhere. Yeah, Jacksepticeye has made a statement about his Bloodborne movie. I'm going to do everything in my power to make this the best Bloodborne movie adaptation possible. Not only is it my favorite game ever, but I know how truly passionate the fans of this game are. They're also pretty fucking insufferable. Where's that Elden Ring fans? FromSoft, right? Yeah, FromSoft fans. Very exciting. And another video game Sony movie. Helldivers film is about to begin pre-production in 2 weeks, starring Jason Momoa. He's been in a lot of video game movies recently. Beyond the Spider-Verse is being made in a 1:43:1 format. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think that's the IMAX format, right? I don't know. Kingpin, Spider-Ham, and Spider-Man Noir return in Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. So these two we knew because we saw them at the end of Across the Spider-Verse. Spider-Ham, right? We saw Spider-Ham. But Kingpin, very exciting to see. He just takes up the whole image. So we get some new images here. We have Aaron and Jeff. Aaron and Jeff here. This is an alternate universe where they're both alive, it looks like. Very exciting to see this. Miguel is still going after Miles. I fucking love these colors. This is going to be so exciting to see. This is going to be emotional. Maybe this is him finding out he's Spider-Man and he's proud of him. I wonder, and going to save your dad. So they're still going to follow up on that, as I would imagine. The opening of Beyond the Spider-Verse sees the two Miles arguing about their looks before Miles breaks free of Prowler's trap. I'm very excited for Beyond the Spider-Verse. I loved Into the Spider-Verse, and I loved Across the Spider-Verse, so this is going to be a fucking banger. So exciting. So exciting. And then, this is Sony, right? Yeah. Jumanji 4 follows the virtual world colliding with the real world as the human characters meet the video game characters while they're in demo mode. That's interesting. Nice way to keep it unique. I'm not the biggest fan of these Jumanji films, though. These new era of the video game Jumanji movies. I think they're kind of. I'm trying to think. Corporate? Jumanji 4 is titled Jumanji Open World. I honestly thought it would be final boss or whatever, last level. But I guess they're gonna save that for the final one. If they ever make it, they're gonna milk the shit out of this. What do you mean? New look at Spider-Man and Spider-Man Brand New Day. You're gonna see this guy in the thumbnail that I have. This isn't Cinemacon. There's gonna be some non-Cinemacon stuff here, but because there is some new stuff that I want to talk about that's happened the day before. The Amazing Digital Circus, the last act, has set pre-sale records at Fathom after making $5 million in 4 days. I wonder if my showings are sold out. I don't know if I'm going to see this, honestly. I'm not. I've never seen Digital Circus, and I don't know if I want to. But I thought this was interesting, and I thought this was really cool that an indie animation like this, Glitch, which is SMG4's animation company, was able to get into fucking theaters like this. Congratulations on Goose and everyone at Glitch. I don't like SMG4. I think they ran their course and they really became complicated. But I think Glitch is very impressive. I haven't watched much of it, just kind of when they first started, but yeah. And then when was this? Netflix is discussing the possibility of bringing more films to theaters, which I'm very glad they are, because movies like Frankenstein. I mean, they've done it before. They brought K-pop to theaters. They brought Frankenstein to theaters, but Yeah. We should also be paying attention at the time. I got a movie here I need to watch. Um, I don't know why I bookmarked that. Is this Sony? I don't know where these came from. I think this is Warner Brothers, right? Godzilla Minus Zero is the first ever Japanese project to be filmed for IMAX. Very exciting. A lot of exciting news here, but I'm excited for this. IMAX Godzilla. First ever Japanese project to be. That's insane. That's surprising, but I'm going to be there day fucking one. And then the two main characters from the last movie will return in Minus Zero. Very curious on what's going to happen with her. So if you don't know, she has something. Fuck, what was her name? I feel so bad. Um, she has like this weird Godzilla virus or something that we're probably going to see. I think we see it in the trailer. As a matter of fact, let's scroll up. Yeah, so I loved Minus One. Minus One was phenomenal because even while I'm muting this by the way because of audio, even though Minus One it didn't have that much Godzilla in it, but every time Godzilla wasn't on screen, I still cared. Okay, yeah, she's missing an eye. Yeah, and it doesn't look like she has signs of her thing. There's their daughter. I remember that, but oh my god, what the fuck is going on here? I didn't even notice this. So there's the big boy, there's the big G. He's bigger. He's much bigger. Minus One Godzilla was much smaller. I remember that. You guys remember how much smaller he was compared to the last live action Japanese Godzilla, which is the largest live action Godzilla, Shin Godzilla. Here he is next to the Statue of Liberty. I kind of wish this was a better photo. Let me go here. Yeah, yeah. You see that he kind of towers over her. The perspective, very exciting. I'm very curious on what this is. But I love how he looks. I think Minus One has the best design. But Minus Zero, so this comes out November 6th. I'm hoping to see it. I didn't get to see Minus One in theaters. I had to catch it on Netflix. Granted, no one dies because people have died every November since. So, okay, so let's kind of scroll back down to Peanuts movie. Still glad they're making this. They're in New York. Very great. So, Adria Ajorna, sorry if I mispronounced that, has been cast in Man of Tomorrow. It was previously thought that she may play Maxima, but that may not be correct anymore. Guys, do we have Wonder Woman in the DCU already? This is a very, very popular fan cast for Wonder Woman. And I don't know. I haven't seen her in anything, I'm gonna be honest, but it's more so just being excited for the idea of Wonder Woman in Man of Tomorrow, because we haven't heard anything on what they're gonna do with her in the DCU. And you gotta do something with Wonder Woman. She's part of the big three. So I think introducing her in Man of Tomorrow would be cool, would be great. I'm still so confused on what Man of Tomorrow is. It's not a Superman sequel. So yeah. Um and on the topic of that, I also want to talk about this. This isn't Cinemacon related, but I mentioned this in my last recording of this. Odessa Azion has reportedly been eyed for the role of Rogue in Marvel Studios' X-Men film. Um, so I love Rogue. I love her a lot. I would go get the comics, but I I don't want to get up. But I love Rogue a lot. She's so cool. She's my favorite X-Men character. And I looked her up. Because again, this would mean a lot to me. I looked up Odessa after this casting came out, and well, first off, it's rumored the source is the N. Snyder, Jeff Snyder, who I don't know is the most reliable. I don't like him, but I mean, who knows? I'm excited. I really hope this is true, because again, I just want to see Rogue, and I mean, so I looked her up, and I need to hear her do the accent. I need to hear her do big, heavy Southern accent. and then we'll talk. Because to me, Rogue, when I read Rogue, I hear Lenore Zahn from the X-Men cartoon and Marvel Rivals and whatnot. That is the Rogue voice I hear. And I mean, just looking at her and just picturing the white in her hair, she's very pretty. I can imagine her as Rogue, but I need to see. I hope they do her powers justice. I hope they do her character justice. Anna Paquin, no hate to Anna at all, but that was a terrible Rogue that we had back then. Yeah, I've been reading this. This is the new run, and Peter Clofley to play Beast. Yeah, so rumored. Take it with a grain of salt. We're probably not going to hear anything about X-Men for a bit because I mean we still got to wrap up the multiverse saga, and then we're gonna do the reboot and everything. But yeah, back to this. Um, I don't know if she was playing Maxima. Why would you not just outright say it? You know, and Gunn hasn't said anything about this either. If if it was Wonder Woman, he would come out and say, "Hey, she's not Wonder Woman. Keep your expectations down." So I think she's Wonder Woman. But if she's Maxima, I'm not gonna be too mad. I'm not gonna be too mad. First poster for Coyote versus Acme. Very cool to see that this is being made. This was my first ever movie news. Um, did I? Okay. Oh, I see. I fucked up how I did my Warner Brothers stuff. A new Longlegs movie is in the works. Nicolas Cage will return as Longlegs. How? How? He's dead. Maybe they could do something with the demonic shit. I'll get into this in a minute. I'll get into this during the DC stuff. But first, okay, Evil Dead Wrath will release in theaters next year. And then Evil Dead Burn is currently being played alongside The Mummy. I haven't seen that trailer yet. I'm gonna wait for that to drop online, but very cool to see the Evil Dead series is back in full motion. Oh, that's why they're playing the trailer, because it's both Lee Cronin. Okay. I'm confused though. Is this like a direct sequel to? Is this going to be a sequel to Burn, or is this just going to be a different thing? Interesting. I wonder if Bruce Campbell will ever return to the series. Probably not. He's dealing with personal stuff. He's dealing with the cancer thing, which I really wish him well. That dude is fucking awesome. But I'm very curious to see what they're gonna do. Evil Dead Burn, I think, is the sequel, and I don't know if this is separate or not. First teaser for Evil Dead Rise. They fucked it up. It's Evil Dead Burn. Reveals brutal Deadeye action. A Deadeye impaled by the head of a car seat, drinking hot candle wax. Young man is impaled on a dishwasher full of knives. What is with this? Huh? Why has that been such a common horror trope recently? We saw it in okay, it was in Stitches way back then. That's not recent. But God, it was in the Chucky TV show? Where did this come from? Like, ugh. Like, okay, no. Are y'all not fucking putting your fucking knives down when you're doing the dishes? What are we doing here? Come on. David Cornsweet and Nicholas Hoult tease Man of Tomorrow has a new villain, which is fucking Brainiac, and an unlikely alliance. Okay, we knew this. Tease, we knew this. Yeah. I meant to bookmark this before we got into the Warner Brother news, but I fucked up. So scrolling up, it begins filming next week. I wonder if we'll get any set photos. I really hope we do see Lex in this power armor. Honestly, I don't know. The hype, I'm very excited, but the hype is not as large as it was for the first movie. You know, if set photos drop for this, I'm gonna be like, oh, cool, set photos. Whereas, before when set photos dropped, I broke my bed, which has a pair of pants on it right now. I don't know why I needed to point that out. I gotta clean my room today. So yeah, first teaser for Clayface shows Matt Hagen disfigured in a hospital, spliced with shots of Gotham City. The footage ends with his face falling off in the bathtub. Very disturbing, very cool, and say it with me now, folks. Very exciting. Oh boy. Um. So yeah, it's just kind of covering DC stuff that we knew, like Jason Momoa. He's Lobo. He looks great as Lobo. Fantastic role for him. This photo looks weird though. I think it might just be quality. And then we got some Dune Part 3 stuff. Um, Dennis I can never pronounce that last name, described Dune Part 3 as a thriller that is more fast-paced, action-packed, and emotional. Action-packed! This really got to me. Because Dune Messiah, which is what this book is adapting, is not an action book. It is mostly a court drama. Like, that was my main thought reading it, was like, how's this going to be a movie? So I'm very curious, are we going to focus a large amount on the jihad? Timothy Chalamet says Paul is becoming his worst nightmare in Dune Part 3. Yeah, he is. I don't want to spoil anything. But Dune Part 3 opens with a bloody and brutal battle sequence set on a rainy planet with Emperor Paul's army led by Stilgar. The Jihad. Rainy planet. Very curious. Was that in the book? I don't remember. And then Zach Cregger is directing a new sci-fi film, The Flood, for Warner Brothers. Okay, get this shit, okay? He's doing an Aunt Gladys prequel movie. I think he is directing it. Directing this. Coming out in 2028. And then he's doing this movie, The Flood, 2028. And he has a Resident Evil movie coming out this year, and the year before he had Weapons. Krager, slow down. Take a break. Sit down. Chill. Enjoy yourself. Very good that he's getting all his shit. Weapons proved to be massively successful. Like, Weapons really proved to be massively successful in his favor, because look at what's going on. And now... The Flood. Halo. But wow, it's like McKenna Grace getting all of this shit. I'm not like mad at all by this. I just think it's insane how much these guys are getting roles. It's very cool. Final Destination 7 will release on May 12th, 2028. Very exciting. I'm curious what the title for this one will be, if it'll just be Final Destination 7. God, I don't like that trend where one movie just doesn't have the number. Scream 5, I'm looking at you. Coyote vs. Acme trailer releases next week. A Street Fighter movie trailer. Let's watch this. I gotta be careful if there's gonna be like fucking jury feet. So I've seen this trailer. Again, I have to mute it because there is copyrighted music. But so I'm not into Street Fighter. Like I respect it and I think it's a cool series, but I'm never really played it. I've not been into the series, so I don't know the characters that well. I just know Chun-Li, and then this is Guile. I think they did a great job with all the costumes. There's Cammy. I'm surprised Cammy's outfit's not fucking censored. Balrog, Vega. I'm calling them their American names. I know Balrog is like M. Bison or something, and this is Balrog? Or was M. Bison Balrog? Joe, Don, sorry, Don, Ken. It looks like Ken's the main character in this movie. And then, okay. I don't like that hair they did for Ken. Oh, yeah, we got this piece of shit here. So, Chun-Li looks phenomenal. I love... this movie just looks very, very campy, very, very fun, and fully leaning into what Street Fighter is. And I do think it looks good. Like, some of these shots. This was supposed to be directed by Raka Raka. He's messaging me. Hold on. Okay, yeah, so, Andrew, I think he looks great as, Ryu. The movie looks cheap at some points. This is a long trailer. Zangief. What is this fucking referencing? Is this referencing Man of Steel? Or was Man of Steel referencing something? I've seen that before. So it looks like Chun-Li's rounding up everyone for... Oh, yeah. Then there's M. Bison. I think that was a massive miscast. Okay. There's a fucking line in this trailer that's ridiculous. This neon... Okay, yeah, hold on.
What's going on about your thighs?
Come on. Like, this movie's fully leaning into it. Chun-Li's outfit looks great. Hold on, let me fast forward to not get fucking age restricted by Cammy's shit. I've seen some criticism about how Cammy is characterized. Again, I've not played Street Fighter. I don't know how these characters are supposed to be. I'm just looking at it from a visual perspective, and I think they did a great job nailing it. I mean, it looks silly, but I think they should lean into the camp. Like, look at that. Just let it be a video game movie. Vega getting his shit kicked in. Yeah, no, I don't. I just don't like how M Bison looks, and I'm only saying that because M Bison is massive, but and I know some people are gonna say, well, you can't really capture the full size. Shao Kahn, Mortal Kombat 2. They got a pretty big guy for him, and that's Shao Kahn. Yeah. I wonder if Jury's gonna be in this movie. Like, I know. Blanca, fucking Birdman here. Jason Momoa's Blanca. He looks good. Like he looks good. Very cool. Yeah, I think this was very cool to see. But as I was saying, I forgot what I was saying. I got distracted. First look at Absolute Batman suit in the new Lego Batman game. Again, some things are not from movie news. This is gonna be quite a long one because I have thoughts. But love the motion that he's been getting. I got to catch up with the comic. I think issue 19 just dropped yesterday. But very cool. I can't wait to play this game. Spaceballs 2, the new one. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Very exciting. Take a drink every time I say that, but not gonna focus too much on it. Mel Brooks still has it. He's fucking 99, which is crazy. All right. Now we're moving on to Disney, and so we got our first potential look at Doctor Doom in the MCU. And first look, I mean only look, because we have seen this fucking image thrown around. Apparently the belt changed since then, but yeah, this might be concept art, but this is probably our first look at Doctor Doom. And then we got this, if you care, this, if you care. Oh, Charlie versus the Chocolate Factory, cool, I guess. Ice Age Boiling Point, cool, I guess. So Disney has announced Infinity Vision, which is pretty much because they couldn't get IMAX, I guess. Um, Avengers Endgame theatrical re-release will include deleted scenes and other surprises. Some people are thinking they might retcon some stuff because Steve Rogers is returning, and they might get rid of the passing the mantle. I'd be so fucking mad. But all right, the first trailer for Avengers Doomsday was just shown at Cinemacon. Thor and Doctor Doom are. Thor is fighting Doctor Doom and reuniting with Steve. Professor X is watching an incursion. Mystique turns into Yelena. Shang-Chi and Gambit fight sequence. Very cool. They reunite. He says he's scary. They meet. Scary, scary. Robert Downey Jr. is using an accent in his voice for Doctor Doom in Avengers Doomsday. The mask looks very similar to this. Very, very mixed on this. One, good that they're using an accent. Two, you couldn't just get a Romani actor for this. The discourse is old. I'm not going to start it up again. I've mixed feelings about RDJ as Doom. At this point, I just want to see him. I really just want to see Doom in the MCU. He's been my most anticipated arrival to the MCU even before all of this. I mean, I made a video about when Doctor Doom could be in the MCU. And it sucks that there's just so much controversy, or I don't want to say controversy. It does suck that there's like so much debate and discourse, and a lot of people are like they're not wrong in what they're saying, but at the same time, it's like I really wish this wasn't done like that, because I like Doctor Doom. I should be excited about the fact that we're going to see Doctor Doom in the MCU, and I am excited. But I'm also extremely worried about how they're going to do it, you know? Oh, yes, okay, so about what kind of accent. So, some people are saying it was a European accent, which, good. Soups said it was a British accent, and I don't know how fucking much we should trust that guy. That guy sucks. Cassie Lang will return in Avengers Doomsday. Okay. So, I don't like the fact that we're not actually seeing the trailer. I don't like that we're hearing all of this stuff. Oh, the trailer contains this. The trailer contains that. let us see it then. Like, if you have it ready to show to CinemaCon, you have it ready to show it to us. And a lot of people, I had some time to think about it. I think one of the I just think that hearing about all this stuff, it's not going to be as exciting to see in the actual trailer. And I know I'm doing this to myself. I'm the one looking at this. But why not keep these surprises for the trailer? It's just I don't fucking like the way they've been marketing this movie. I didn't like the 4 trailer strategy, although the X-Men trailer was cool because that was new shit. That was new shit being seen. Steve Rogers is returning. That was cool and surprising for when you actually went out to see see it in theaters. But by the time that it was like the characters we've seen before. Again, other than the X-Men stuff, show us the new stuff. I get it's to build hype, but it's getting annoying now. I just want to see the trailer at this point. That's all. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, why don't they leak it?" And I had that mentality too. But as more stuff came out, they said that they were really strict about like what you could do about it. If you were caught recording, you would be escorted out. Apparently, there's a giant fucking green laser and whatnot. And I think a lot of people are expressing disappointment here because of the fact that they said that you can record the panel as it was happening. But it was misinterpreted as, oh, you can record the people coming on stage, but you couldn't record any footage. I think that's what really damaged it. I don't know how clear they were about it. Um, But I just don't think you should have just allowed that. Then, if you don't, I don't think you should not have allowed that if you didn't want this to happen. This discourse is happening because of it. So how long are we gonna wait to see the trailer? And it's weird because like I haven't had an issue with this being the way that the trailer has been shown before. So why do I have an issue now? Probably because it is Doomsday and whatnot. And again, all I just want to see is I just want to see this damn trailer already. Part of it is hype, but again, a lot of it is just annoyance for the fact that they're just being so. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna wait till Spider-Man: Brand New Day comes out to advertise that, but just show us it. It sucks that we were hearing. It sucks that we're hearing about it, but not actually seeing anything. So yeah. And then this happened today. Charles Dance is in talks to star in the Batman Part 2. He would be playing Harvey Dent's father. So, for some reason, Dent's father, who, if you don't know in the comics, or I guess Long Halloween, was very abusive towards Dent. And a lot of people, oh god, sorry about my hair. A lot of people have turned down the role. How bad is he going to be in this film? So it looks like this is a very Harvey Dent centered film, but the Batman Part 2, which is fine. I like it. But Sebastian Stan is going to play Harvey Dent in the film. Is going to be Harvey Dent. I'm curious if he's going to be Two-Face. We still don't know who the main villain is, if not Harvey Dent. Some people are saying Hush. I don't know. But Charles Dance, glad they actually. Oh wait, no, he's in talks to star in the Batman Part 2. Imagine how funny it'd be. Like, sorry, can't do it. Not my interest. Damn. So let's. Um, there was a few things I forgot to bookmark. Call of Duty movie. Lock it in. Call of Duty movie drops in theaters on June 30th, 2028. Here's the logo. Wow, it's the logo for the games. Wow, it's exciting. I kind of wish they did the old logo. You know, I don't like this new logo. Maybe it's nostalgia talking. 2028. I don't know. I mean, it's not like oh yeah, new Call of Duty game comes out, skill based matchmaking, all that shit. But yeah, so that's honestly all of it is. I think I did a lot better job. Nope. R.I.P. Simpsons couch gags. Let me just kind of double check. Mandalorian and Grogu. I don't care. Um, Phantom movie, which is cool. Oh yeah, fuck off with this shit. Just kind of checking around, seeing what I missed. Not much. We're gonna end it off there. So yeah, Cinemacon was honestly okay, pretty exciting. I think just the Doomsday stuff was really disappointing because of a misunderstanding that came from before, where oh yeah, you could record it, and it's like, well, why isn't any trailer? But it was misunderstood, and they were being really strict on it. And I really just think they should release the trailer and just put an end to all this. But I'm not in control. I'm not fucking Kevin Feige. If you guys did enjoy this video, hit that like button, subscribe. Sorry that there hasn't been any movie news in a minute. Nothing interesting happened that I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna see Project Hail Mary today. Maybe you guys will get a review on that. But until then, I don't know. I don't know how to end this shit no more.